Hey, what's going on everyone? Rocky here with 75 South Gardening. In this video, I'll be giving you guys a 2-week update of my container garden right here on my back porch. So I'm going to start right here with my determinate tomatoes. Now in the last update, most of the tomato plants that you see here had lots of damage from the sun, which caused the leaves to curl up. And as you can see, they've all started to grow back. They're producing flowers, and within a few weeks I should have plenty of tomatoes. Now for those of you that stay in Georgia, Zone 8A, south of Atlanta, or anywhere in Georgia, you've probably been receiving lots of rainfall lately. It's literally rained every day for the last 2 weeks on and off. And that is the reason for the yellowing of your plants, not just tomatoes, any plants that you have. For example, if you take a look at the bell peppers here, they're lighter green in color. Down here in the main cage, all of my peppers are darker green in color. The reason for this is simply all of the trees that I have in my yard. The only open space for full sun is right here towards the neighbor's house. So these plants here don't receive as much rain as the others in the yard. On the back porch, there's full sun, and those plants get soaked every day when it rains. So if you've noticed that your plants have started to turn yellow, it is simply because of all the rainfall that we've been having. So what you want to do is wait until everything dries up and just give them a shot of fish fertilizer. Now right here in the front row, these are the 3 plants that you guys seen me crop in the last video. And as you can see, they've already started to branch out a bit. There's 3 branches up top now. And there's also flowers. Now over time, these little flowers here will open up. So what I like to do is remove them until the plant is about 15 inches. That way it's tall enough to produce fruit and grow at the same time, versus this little tiny plant here producing fruit and focusing all of its energy on one single piece of fruit. Now this particular plant here is about 8 inches, and it was planted the same time as the ones that you see here, which are about 18 inches to 2 feet tall now. So with your tomatoes and peppers, you always want the plant to grow at least 15 inches before letting it start to produce fruit. If not, you take a chance of stunning the growth of that plant and slowing down the production of the fruit that it produces. And right here, this is the one that you guys seen me pollinate with my toothbrush in the last video. And as you can see, it is full of peppers. There's also a few more that have started to pop out. Now another thing is, when it's raining like this, you will still have pollen on your flowers, but I don't like to pollinate them while it's raining, because if the rain is heavy enough, it'll just wash it away. And once the rain washes that pollen away, like the flower you see here, the green stem will turn brown, dry up, and fall off. So if you've been noticing that on your pepper plants, it's one of 2 reasons. Either the rain washed it away, or the flower wasn't pollinated. Now another thing that I want to point out is, if you're growing multiple varieties near each other, for example, I have Romas in these first 3 rows, and I also have regular cherry tomatoes in this last row, but as you can see, they are now shaped like the Roma tomatoes. That is due to cross-pollination. This can also happen when your bees are out pollinating your peppers. Some of them may finish in the shape of a tomato instead of a bell pepper. And that's because the bee goes from flower to flower, and it will still hold pollen on its labrum from the tomatoes. This can also happen when growing multiple types of peppers. So for example, the banana peppers that you see there could also be cross-pollinated over here. And the seeds from this pepper could produce these. So it looks like I'll have a bunch of Roma-shaped cherry tomatoes this year. And the same thing could happen with your peppers. They could also cross-pollinate. But instead of growing into the shape of the plant nearby, what will happen is the seeds from the peppers you see here could produce a regular bell pepper like that one. They could even produce a cherry tomato plant. I've had bell pepper seeds that I've saved, and they've grown into cherry tomatoes instead of bell peppers. So keep that in mind when growing them close together. And that's pretty much it for the container update, you guys. So what I'll be doing for the rest of the day is a little cleaning up and Florida weaving, like the bed you see here. Since it's been raining for the past 2 weeks, everything you see here is pretty much tangled together. I have a pole bean plant here that I thought was done producing for the season, but as you can see, it is nicely tangled around all of my tomato plants and everything else. So I'm going to clean this up, and I'll show you guys the results when I do the next update in 2 weeks. Always remember to plan your garden with your health in mind.